Hey, what's going on everyone? JX Rico here, coming at you with a collection update, a Criterion collection update, an overview of my whole collection. I won't go in depth on most of these titles because I haven't seen most of them, but as what I've seen, I'll probably give a little comment here and there. But I don't want this video to proceed over 20 minutes, so I'm gonna make this kind of a quick video. Alright, so first up I have Seven Samurai, directed by Akira Kurosawa, Spy number 2. This movie is phenomenal. If you haven't seen this movie, check it out. I think a lot of people have this one in their collection. It's just a classic Kurosawa film, starring one of my top 3 favorite actors, Toshiro Mifune. So yeah, definitely check this one out, Seven Samurai. Next up I have an essential art house collection, Rashomon, starring the man himself, Toshiro Mifune. Another awesome film by Kurosawa himself. This one doesn't have a spine number, so Rashomon. Next up, Yojimbo, spy number 52. The original to A Fistful of Dollars, starring Clint Eastwood. Also starring Toshiro Mifune. Definitely recommend this movie. Next up I have Yasujiro Ozu's Tokyo Story, spy number 217. If you haven't checked this movie out, highly recommend it. I know in my previous videos I've recommended Late Spring. This one was before Late Spring, I believe, or actually this one was after Late Spring because this was filmed in '53 and Late Spring was in '49. Ozu's breakthrough film, the film that got him started across the states. So yeah, Tokyo Story. Alright, so these next two are Eclipse sets, but I included them with my Criterion just because they're from the same distributor and company. But first up I have Silent Ozu. This one is Eclipse Series 10, starring, I think there's a lot of people and a lot of actors in here, but I haven't seen any of these yet. It includes Tokyo Chorus, I Was Born, But, and then Passing Fancy. 3 silent films by Ozu, filmed between the early 1930s. And then my next Eclipse set is Late Ozu, Eclipse Series number 3. This includes Early Spring, Tokyo Twilight, Equinox Flower, Late Autumn, and the End of Summer. So I've checked out Late Autumn. For those of you that picked up Late Spring, I recommend Late Autumn. It's kind of like the sequel. I wouldn't say it's a sequel, but it's more of a I wouldn't say like a remake, but it's a perspective of a mother and daughter's relationship. Compared to Late Spring, it was the father and daughter relationship, but this is a mother and daughter relationship, starring the same actress that portrayed the daughter in Late Spring. She's a little bit older now since it's about 11 years later since Late Spring. But yeah, these films were filmed between 1956 to 1961. So yeah, Ozu. Recent purchase, spy number 455, White Dog. I've heard some great things about this. I've read some comments on Blu-ray.com, and just a highly praised film. Filmed in '82, 90 minutes long. Not too much to say about this film by Samuel Fuller, but it's a movie about racism, and the premise of it is a German Shepherd, adopted German Shepherd, is trained or was already trained to attack black people. It's a weird movie, but it got a lot of praise and I wanted to check this one out. So yeah, White Dog. And last for my DVD Criterions, I have Kihachi Okamoto's The Sword of Doom, spy number 280. Shout out to Leroy Green 85 for recommending this one, starring Tatsuya Nakadai and Toshiro Mifune. I just know there's an epic battle at the very end of this movie. I can't wait to pop this one in and watch it. But yeah, Sword of Doom. Alright, so on to my Blu-ray Criterions. I'll start off with 12 Angry Men, spine number 591, filmed in 1957, 96 minutes long. starring Henry Fonda. A very great film. A lot of people aren't lying about this. It's one of the best films ever made. It's about a courtroom drama based off 12 jurors deciding on whether an 18-year-old boy is innocent or not for killing a man. Just a phenomenal story. They get into their own perspectives of what happened based from the trial, and they just have a bunch of arguments back and forth. There's always one or two people that are in disagreement throughout the whole movie, but just a well worth watching film. So yeah, 12 Angry Men. Next up I have A Night to Remember. This one is the original to Titanic, but this one doesn't have the twisted love story as the remake did, but this one, the remake submerged from this one right here, the original Night to Remember. Haven't seen this movie yet, but we'll watch it soon. I also keep my Blu-ray stickers. I can see this one's kind of banged up, but it's the inside of it. Yeah, here's the inside of 12 Angry Men. Next up I have Armored, Spy Number 4. I have not seen this movie yet, but I do check up on the Criterion Collection channel, and a lot of directors, when they do those DVD pick videos, they always pick this one out, and it seems very interesting, kind of hilarious type of humor throughout the film. But yeah, Armored. Next up I have Anatomy of a Murder, starring James Stewart, filmed in 1959, 161 minutes, black and white, Spy Number 600. Not too much to say about this film. Loved it. Classic James Stewart film, if you haven't checked this one out. Also, the artist who did this cover is the same artist who did The Man with the Golden Arm, starring Frank Sinatra and Kim Novak. But yeah, Anatomy of a Murder, check this film out. Next up I have Blowout, starring John Travolta and Nancy Allen, also starring John Lithgow. Spy Number 562, filmed in 1981, 108 minutes. I just recently watched this movie, and it's amazing. Like, it's a good film, but it's a twisted film. Like, you're watching the movie and you're following this storyline the whole movie. You're going through, you know, what his mission is to accomplish throughout the whole movie, and it just kind of gets a twisted ending, and it's just kind of, I don't know, I didn't like the ending of this movie, but it's just a twisted ending. It kind of makes the whole movie pointless. But yeah, Blowout. I think this is a film by Brian De Palma, so yeah, check this guy out. Next up I have Charade, Spy Number 57, starring Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. A nice thriller, starring, I think, not starring, but produced and directed by Stanley Donen, and music by Henry Mancini. Here's the inside. Nice little suspense film. Highly recommend it. So Charade. Next up I have The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Spy Number 476, starring Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett. There's the inside. Not too much here. So yeah. Alright, next up I have Dazed and Confused, Spy Number 336. Filmed in 1993, 102 minutes. Classic movie. Definitely recommend this one. A lot of people have this one in their collection. So yeah. Next up I have Diabolique, or I don't know, Diabolique. I think that's what it's pronounced, correct pronunciation. But filmed in 1955, 117 minutes, black and white. Just a classic thriller. There's the inside artwork. Alright, so next up I have The Game, starring Michael Douglas. spine number 627, filmed in 1997, 128 minutes. It's the inside artwork. Next up I have Godzilla 594, a film by Ishiro Honda, filmed in 1954, 96 minutes. Classic movie if you haven't seen this one yet. Starring Takashi Shimura. He's also in a lot of Kurosawa's films, so you may recognize him if you watch this movie. The one that started it all. Next up I have Gold Rush, starring Charlie Chaplin, spine number 615. Back. Love Chaplin, he's a hilarious dude. Hilarious. Just gotta get a knack of those silent films. Next up, one of my all-time favorite films, as I've praised before in previous videos, High and Low. Directed by Akira Kurosawa, starring the man himself, Toshiro Mifune. This is the inside. Spine number 24. This is the back. Definitely watch this one. I mean, I'm gonna tell everybody to watch this movie, like everybody. If they're gonna ask me a question of like what I recommend, High and Low, it's always in there. Next up I have House, spine number 539, filmed in 77. The inside artwork. Crazy film. I mean, not everyone's gonna enjoy this film, but it's crazy. That's all I gotta say. This one I'm gonna keep in the package, but it's Howard's End. This is out of print. Spine number 488. Has a phenomenal cast: Anthony Hopkins, Emma Thompson. I don't know these other two, but it's a film by James Ivory, so it must be good. So yeah, Howard's End. Next up I have The Ice Storm, a film by Ang Lee, spine number 426, 1997, 113 minutes. Here's the inside. It's a good movie. I mean, I've seen it, I watched it. Not one of my favorite films, but it's watchable, and it's rewatchable too. Another Kurosawa film, Kagemusha, spine number 267, filmed in 1980, 180 minutes, color. I think also it's a George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola film as well. So check this one out. Go. Kagemusha. So this next movie, shout out to Jason L, aka Movie Man X. He recommended this one, and it's The Killing. He said this is kind of like Reservoir Dogs, the original to Reservoir Dogs. So this is spine number 575, filmed in 1956, 84 minutes. The inside. There's some artwork right here. Check out the disc. You can see that. Have not watched this movie yet, but will pretty soon. Might watch this one tonight. So The Killing. Alright, so next up I have Kiss Me Deadly, spine number 568, filmed in 1955, 106 minutes, black and white. The inside. Heard some great things about this movie. Just reading it up on the forums on Blu-ray.com. A lot of people praising this one, Kiss Me Deadly. So how to pick this one up. Next up, Late Spring, Ozu again, spine number 331. I recommend this movie enough throughout my videos. Filmed in 1949, 108 minutes. It's a classic drama. Recommended. Highly recommend. Next up we have Lord of the Flies, spine number 43, 1963, 90 minutes. The inside. I have not seen this movie yet, but I hear great things. Plus, from a nice, it's from an author based off a book, novel. I have not read the novel in school, but a lot of people have, and they've seemed to enjoy it. So, Lord of the Flies. Next up, we have The Magician, spy number 537, filmed in 1958, 101 minutes. Back. Next up, we have another Charlie Chaplin film, and this is Modern Times, spy number 543, 1936, 87 minutes, black and white. It's the inside. Next up, I have Paths of Glory, starring Kirk Douglas, spy number 538, 1957, 88 minutes. Next up, we have The Night to Remember, spy number 541, 1955, 93 minutes, black and white. Next up, we have On the Waterfront, starring Marlon Brando, spy number 647, filmed in 1954, 108 minutes. Another Brando classic. I'm trying to get The Fugitive Kind. I think that one's on Blu or DVD, but definitely watch this one. On the Waterfront, recommend it. Next up, I have Pale Flower, spy number 564, filmed in 64, 94 minutes, black and white. Another Japanese film. I just watched this movie and I loved it. It's about a Yakuza. It's about gangs in Tokyo, or not Tokyo, I think it's Okinawa. It's about gambling, drugs, well, not really drugs, but more so a rivalry against gangs and gambling. So definitely recommend this movie if you love that black and white film. Next up, I picked up the Samurai Trilogy, spy number 14, 15, and 16, starring Toshiro Mifune, a story of Musashi Miyamoto, a legendary swordsman, samurai. Inside. Recommend this one. I watched this one back to back to back. Just loved it. Loved the story. Just love the trilogy itself. The next up, we have Seven Samurai, the Blu-ray edition. I have the DVD I showed earlier. This is spy number 2, filmed in 1954. Classic movie. So next up, I have Yojimbo and Sanjuro, the double pack. Show the first one. Yojimbo, spy number 52. And we have Sanjuro, spy number 53. Two great prequel and original and sequel. Definitely recommend this one. So next up, we have Stagecoach, directed by John Ford. Spy number 516, starring I think this is John Wayne's first film. I think they have a remake too, a 1980 remake. But you gotta stick with the classics. Great movie. Highly recommend it. Will Katz, if you like John Wayne, pick up Stagecoach. Stagecoach it is. Next up, we have another outlaw, Three Outlaw Samurai, spy number 596. There's the back. Another great samurai film. Leroy, check this one out, man, if you don't have it yet. Three Outlaw Samurai. Next up, we have The Thin Red Line, spy number 536. Back. Inside artwork. I've seen this movie a long time ago. And when I was a kid watching this, man, it was boring. I'm not gonna lie, but now that I'm more into film and watching film and studying film, I think I will enjoy this movie. Plus, it's a Criterion release, so it's a film by Terrence Malick. Can't go wrong. Thin Red Line. So next up we have Rashomon, Akira Kurosawa, Spy number 138, filmed in 1950. And last but not least, Wages of Fear, Spy number 36. It's the inside artwork. Back. Now I know this video was pretty boring, but it's a collection overview. So I do a lot of research before I buy things. I just won't buy any Criterion just to collect it. If it has an interesting storyline, has a great cast, I'll pick it up. You know, anything with Toshiro Mifune, picking it up. Kurosawa film, picking it up. Ozu film, picking it up. I just love Japanese cinema. I'm gonna stress that. And in the back here, you can see that I have the Kurosawa collection. So that's actually a Criterion as well. So I can include those in my video. I have these little figurines up here too as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching this long video. Hopefully it's not over 20 minutes. I think it's actually only less than 10 minutes, and it's probably gonna be less since I'm gonna cut this up. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe. JX Rico signing out.